Hello children, I am Priya Tripathi, your English teacher. Today in English literature, we'll study the poem Television, which is chapter number 10 by Roald Dahl. In this poem, poet wants to make you understand that how reading books is really very important for your life and how television is ruining the life of yours. So we'll see in it that what are the suggestions which poet really wants to give us to improve our lives. Let's discuss about the poem. Let's read about the poet first. Roald Dahl, lifespan is 1916-1990, was a British novelist, poet, screenwriter and pilot. He served in the Royal Air Force during World War II. He is known primarily for his works for children. He was one of the world's best-selling authors. He was awarded the 1983 World Fantasy Award for Life Achievement and the Children's Author of the Year by the British Book Awards in 1990. In 2008, The Times placed Dahl 16th on its list of the 50 greatest British writers since 1945. This was all about the poet. Let's discuss about the poem. The poem starts with a line. The most important thing we have learned so far as children are concerned is never let them near your television set. Or better still, just don't stall the idiotic thing at all. Here the never word is given thrice and twice it is given in capital letters. That means poet wants to suggest everyone that let your children not be in front of the television or anything which is harmful for the children, don't install it in your television. In almost every house we have watched them getting at the screen, because nowadays this is only the condition that children are enjoying television. They don't think about the hours, and for many hours they are sitting in front of the television and just staring at the screen of TV. They loll and slop and lounge about and stare until their eyes pop out. Loll and slop and lounge means they sit lazily, being idle as if they don't have any work to do, and stare until their eyes pop out means they are staring the television until and unless they get tired or their eyes are coming out. Last week in someone's place we saw a dozen eyeballs on the floor, means 12 children almost were sitting on the floor and they were staring at the television screen. So let's see other ones now. They sit and stare and sit until they are hypnotized by it, until they are absolutely drunk with all that shocking, ghastly junk. Now the poet is saying that they sit and stare. These children are sitting and they are staring and they are sitting continuously until they are hypnotized. You have heard this word hypnotized. Means some spell is there on the children of television, that they are enjoying the television for many hours and they don't think that they are wasting their time. Until they are absolutely drunk. Here absolutely drunk meaning is whatever ghastly means whatever rubbish things are coming on the television, that poet is saying ghastly junk. Oh yes, we know it keeps them still. Now poet is admitting this also, that yes, it keeps children busy, it keeps children still. They don't climb out the windowsill, they never fight or kick or punch. They leave you free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think, to wonder just exactly what this does to your beloved tot? Now here, these lines are dedicated to parents. That poet wants to tell the parents that yeah, he can understand that we know it keeps them still, means children are still when they watch TV. They don't climb out the windowsill. They are not going to climb any window pane or sill. They never fight or kick or punch. That is also true if they are watching television. They will not fight, they will not kick, they will not punch. They leave you free. That's why parents are also free to cook the lunch and wash the dishes in the sink. But did you ever stop to think? But have you ever thought about it? That to wonder just exactly what this does to your beloved thought. Thought means baby, tiny babies, small babies. That poet is saying to parents that have you ever wondered that what exactly you are doing with your beloved children? Now let's see what other things he is suggesting. It rots the sense in the head. It kills imagination dead. It clogs and clusters up the mind. It makes the child so dull and blind. Now the poet is saying, it rots the sense, means children are having their sense in them to understand anything, to smell anything, to think about something. So it rots. What it does, it makes the thing stale, whatever is in your mind, as if it is dead in your mind. It kills imagination, means the imagination power of the children, it kills it. It clogs and clusters up the mind, as if your mind is blocked and nothing you are able to think except the thing you are watching on the television. It makes the child so dull and blind. This at that time what happens? Child is behaving as if he is so dull and blind. He cannot see anything else or watch anything else except the television. He can no longer understand a fantasy, a fairyland. And afterwards the children or the child doesn't understand the fantasy and a fairyland. His brain becomes as soft as cheese. So at that time, baby's brain becomes as soft as cheese. Cheese, all of you have seen how it is. His parts of thinking rust and freeze. Whatever the part is there in the child, he stops thinking. It got rust and freeze, as if he is not able to think only at all. He cannot think, he only sees. Means at that time, he is not using his brain, only he is watching the TV. All right, you'll cry. All right, you'll say. Now again the poet is talking to parents, guardians. Okay, you'll cry, you'll say. And but if we take the set away, now parents are saying that if we'll take the set away, means television set away, what shall we do to entertain our darling children? Please explain. Okay, you are suggesting us not to give television set to the children. Now tell the children, those who are very darling to us, very dear to us, what we should give them to entertain them. Please explain. Now what poet is suggesting, let's see. We'll answer this by asking you. Now the poet is asking us only. We'll answer this by asking you, what use the darling ones to do? How used they keep themselves contented before this monster was invented? Now the poet is asking, I'm giving you answer by asking that what use the darling ones to do, that what you should do with your darling ones, how used they keep themselves contented. Means earlier when the television was not invented, how they were keeping themselves contented. Contented means satisfied before this monster was invented. Poet is calling monster to the television. Have you forgotten? Don't you know? We'll say it very loud and slow. They used to read. They would read. And they read. Means at that time when television was not there, the children of that time, they used to read the books. They were reading the books throughout their life and read and then proceed to read some more. Great Scott, gadzooks, one half their lives was reading books. Now the poet wants to tell, at that time when television was not there, children were reading the books and they were loving to read the books. They wanted more books to read and their hunger was for books only. The nursery shelves had books galore, Books cluttered up the nursery floor, and in the bedroom by the bed, more books were waiting to be read. At that time, what was the scene? Here in your book also the scene is given. Earlier, what was the scene, and this time, what is the scene? So at that time, nursery shelves were having a lot of books gathered. Books cluttered up the nursery floor. At that floor also, many books were there. And in the bedroom by the bed, more books were waiting to be read. Means when the children were about to sleep, at that time also by their bed, they were keeping books to read. Because they were eagerly waiting for new books and they wanted to read more and more. What else the poet wants to say? Let's see. Such wondrous, fine, fantastic tales of dragons, gypsies, queens, and whales, and treasure isles and distant shores, where smugglers rode with muffled oars, and pirates wearing purple pants, and sailing ships and elephants, and cannibals crouching round the pot, stirring away at something hot. Such wondrous, fine, fantastic tales means whatever you are watching right now. At that time, in book, children were enjoying that. Means such wondrous, fine and fantastic tales you cannot imagine of about dragons, gypsies, such people, those who don't make their home at a place and live. Gypsies, they wander here and there. And queens, you know, and about whales also. And treasure isles means such kind of islands where treasure used to be. And distant shores means such kind of edge of the sea which was at the distant. Where smugglers rode with muffled oars, where smugglers were there, they were keeping their priceless things or their things which are very, we can say, expensive, they were keeping at a place where smugglers rode with muffled oars and pirates wearing purple pants. Where at that time pirates were wearing purple pants. In the stories it was written in that manner. And sailing ships and elephants, they were sailing ships and elephants. And cannibals means such kind of species, those who are eating themselves only, means their species only, crouching round the spot, stirring away at something hot, means they were searching for something to eat. It smells so good, what can it be? Good gracious, it's Penelope. About such kind of story also where the king was there, whose queen was very faithful when he was going for war or anything. So she was always there, standing faithful for the king. So it was like that. Now what next is there? The screams and yells, the bites and kicks, and children hitting you with sticks. Fear not, because we promise you that in about a week or two, or having nothing else to do, they'll now begin to feel the need of having something to read. Now again the poet's line is for parents. The screams and yells. Okay, children will scream, they yell, they bite, and they kick. And children will hit you also with sticks. He is talking about very small children. Fear not. He is saying to parents that don't be feared, because we promise you, poet is promising that in about a week, that within a week or 2 weeks of having nothing else to do, children will not do anything else. They will now begin to feel the need of having something to read. Then they will feel the importance of reading the books. And once they start, and once when they will start reading, oh boy, you watch the slowly growing joy. Then you will see that how children are enjoying reading the books. That fills their hearts. And that joy will fill their hearts, children's hearts. They will grow so keen. And they'll be so keen, means careful about everything. They'll wonder what they would ever see. They'll think, and they will think about it that whatever they have seen in that ridiculous machine, is talking about the television, that nauseating, foul, unclean, repulsive television screen, and later each and every kid will love you more for what you did. And now at last, the poet is saying, whatever you will do today with your children, means you will not give television set to them, you are giving books to them. One day your children will be thankful to you that these things you have done with your children, and now they are addicted to read the books. So this was all about the poem, and reading book is really very important. Every time children teachers are telling you the importance of reading the books, you must read the books. Okay, One word is given here, nauseating. Nauseating means, Mita, it means disgusting, means whatever things they were watching on the television, poet is saying that children will think that it was disgusting, whatever they were watching on the television. Reading books is really very important. So here the poem ends. Now children, I hope you all have understood the poem nicely. Write 8 lines of the poem Television with its poet name on your fair copy. That's all for today. Have a great day.